Hello Gundam fans, this is Prime92, and today I'll be looking at the 10144 high grade Universal Booster Plavsky Gate from the Gundam Build Fighter series. So it's the same booster that I've already reviewed with the Star Build Strike. And it has the same stand you can put all these little clear pieces onto. Same stickers. And it still looks a little goofy like this, but once again you can turn it around. So the cannons are like that. And it also comes with really the one thing that is different from the Star Build Strike, and that is a set of the Plavsky Gate effect parts. And you can attach these to the booster simply by taking off these pieces and attaching them. You could probably attach them anywhere, but this is where they show it on the box. Like that. And like, come on, attach please. Why is it not attaching? There, okay. So yeah, like that. And it looks fine, but I don't like the actual ball joints because they are polycaps, and they don't hold that well. They fall off way too easy. They're not too bad on the booster itself, because it's just the booster, there's nothing to get in the way, but when you put it on the Build Strike, a little different story. And speaking of the Build Strike, it does come with all the pieces necessary to make the Star Build Strike. Which, this is the original Build Strike that had the normal booster. So I've taken off the old legs on the side, put these on. Taken the new part, you can have the open or the closed absorb shield, put it on there. You pull off the old little barrel tip on the shield, put the new one on. And, well, that's about it. You can also give it the new beam rifle, which does the same transformation as the little one. And that is about it for the Build Strike. You also get the 1/100 beam effect parts for the beam sabers. And, well, let's start putting this on. Some of the parts have already fallen. I'm gonna keep these on the actual body. Just save you some time. So it works just like before. You flip up the bottom pieces, pull out the nose cone, flip it back, and then flip out so you can get the connector. Once again, high grade or real grade connector. And then fold the nose cone back, plug it into the back, and once again, you're supposed to take the head off, but you really don't have to. You can. But I find it works just fine, just rotate it to the side. And there is the Star Build Strike, just like before. Oh, I also want to mention, you get an extra handle for the shield. It's the exact same handle as before, so I don't really know why they gave it to you, maybe in case you broke the other one. I guess. Seems a little weird. But yeah, it seems to be the same. So it still has all the features. You got the cannons on the side, which are still not the right color. And they have the weird ball joint thing where you have to pull the gray part off and to move it. Or you can just use the bottom connector. And they still extend, if you want. And of course you can put the Plavsky Gate on the backpack itself. So let's try to do that without knocking stuff off, which is probably going to happen, unfortunately. Just because, like I said, these ball joints are kind of bad. Kind of bad. I think they should make the little cup that it goes into a little deeper. Probably would have helped. Yeah. But more or less like that. It's probably better to have it the other way, with the with the effect parts going backwards, which I think it did in the show? I don't know, I can't remember. You can do it that way too. Or, if you want, which I think is what I would prefer, is taking the stand and putting the effect parts on there. And then it'll look like in the anime when the Star Build Strike is using the speed mode, and it goes through the actual gate, so it's kind of like that. It's just easier to put the connectors on first. Oops. Yeah, like that. Yeah, this is definitely how I'd use it. I don't have the space for it, but if I did, this is definitely how I would display it. Alright, like that. And that's pretty cool. I do like that. Kind of keeps it a little bit out of the way. But yeah, it's neat. Now you also get these little adapters. You get 3 sets of adapters. Well, you get a set of each adapter. There's 3 different ones. There's this one is like a cup. This one is like 2 pegs, and then this one which has a bigger peg on one end. So you kind of like that, and like that, or like that. And I assume these are for putting them onto other model kits, like, because these kind of cup into the plastic, into the polycap ball joints. So you could take this and put it onto, like, the camper mazing, onto his leg, and give him the effect parts if you want. Stuff like that. What I can't find, I've seen pictures of where people have actually taken, well, because the Build Strike has the charge shot mode, where the gate effects go in front of it. And the only way I've seen people replicate it is by taking an action base, or like a Tamashi stand, and using these connectors and putting the gates together and having the stand hold it. They really should have taken some other little, I don't know, little slots that would peg the effect parts into the gun to replicate that. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, or like a clip that would just clip over the gun and it would go into this groove, and then you could have the effect part. As far as I know, you can't. Which I think is a real disservice to the actual model, since that is like one of its attacks in the show. Now, I didn't show it in the Star Build Strike review, but you can take the backpack and put it under other mobile suits. Most notably, the ones of the Strike lineage. So let's take the Akatsuki here, which is very dusty. And you can't, it doesn't quite go over the vents, but it's not too bad. It will do the job. So there's the Akatsuki with the Universal Pack. And I don't have the new high grade Strike yet, but it does work with the older one. And it would also work with the Strike Noir. And it'll work with anyone, especially if you want to use these adapters and kind of extend the peg hole, in case the backpack's really, like, the hole's really sunk in the back. So you can do that. So that is the Universal Booster. And the only reason I would ever say to get this is if you don't have the Star Build Strike and you don't care about the effect parts, because I think the wing effect parts, let me just get the other Star Build Strike in here as I knock stuff over. And I have to say, the actual wing effect parts is really what sets the Star Build Strike apart from the normal Build Strike. Even though you can take these and put them onto the back, it's still not as impressive as the wing, I don't think. You can still, like, it would look a little different, but it just doesn't have the same eye-catching feature. So if you have the normal Build Strike, and you want to give it this backpack with the gate, that's fine. But out of the two, I personally prefer getting the entire package instead. But once again, you don't get the actual gate effect parts. Which, when you have both, it really does complete the overall look of the suit, because that is what it's everything it can do. So if you have that, you have everything. Which is a little annoying that they make you have to buy two, but it is only like, well, it's actually half the price of the actual strike, so I believe. So if you don't mind spending the little bit of money, it's not terrible, but I still think you should, if you have to just get one, get the whole package. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.